Hello and welcome. Good evening to welcome. I've got all of those wrong. It's like 4:50. Hello, guys, and welcome to the Full Force News Burst unboxing. I should really need to work on the branding here. But yes, welcome to the unboxing tonight. I am Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic 80, and I'm coming at you with a brand new delivery from the good folks at In Demand Toys. Thank you, Nick, Amas, and crew. It's technically not what you're seeing here. It's not that, unfortunately. So any Star Wars fans out there are hoping to see some sort of, oh, maybe he's opening something. No, it's G.I. Joe classified Dusty Zarana. I didn't know it was you. And Crimson Guard. I know you've all been waiting so long for me to unbox Zarana because I can't say it without saying it like that. But there we are. That's what we're going to be doing tonight. Hello, Danny. Hello, Chris. That's Danny Carter and Chris Yeager for comments already on the old YouTubes. Thank you very much, guys. If you're watching, and hello, David. Hello, DG Hype Product. DGD Hype Productions. I always get that wrong because I can't. It's just like letters in my eyes. Hello, David Allen. Hello, Agent Chuckles. Right, let's get stuck in then because I mean that's what we're here for. We are here to get into this. So yeah, fragile as well. Thank you guys for making that very clear to everybody. And it looks like it's come through unscathed. I won't show you this side because it's got the address and details all over it. So without further ado, hello, Michael Jean Fleming. Without further ado, let's get stuck in to this box. Got my little knife. So yes, right. I just wanted to transition so I didn't have my name on the screen the entire time. Just gets in the way, doesn't it? So starting off, I'm just going to cut the old fragile tape down the sides expertly. Not really very expertly. I should be an expert at this by now, the amount of unboxings I've done on this channel. So yeah, we are looking today at Dusty, which I have very fond feelings of as a kid. Oh, isn't that nice of them? Look at that inside. Hi, Chris and Kate. Miss you, kiss. Isn't that adorable? And of course, so shout out to Nick and Mass and whoever was involved in that little bit of writing. But thank you guys. That's very nice. Oh, hang on. We've got an infiltrator. 69 XXX fun. I'm going to go ahead and just assume that is a bot. Apologies if you're just a parody account joking, but no. Anyway, In Demand Toys, there's a little leaflet of theirs, look. They do amazing things and lots of amazing cool stuff they sell. A bit of the Sarge in there as well. Free shipping. It's all UK basically at the moment, UK and Europe. They might do the odd US one here. They might have expanded. It's been a while since I spoke to Nick about this, but they might have expanded to US sales and stuff. I don't know. Colonel Ping, you've gone already. He's gone already. Good to see you though on the channel, buddy. Loads of people are throwing the comments in here. I wasn't paying attention. Hello, Bryn Anderson. Hello, RKW. Got your Retro Crimson Guards today. Retro Crimson Guards. What? Huh? I missed that. I didn't know they were even out. Out. Hello, Paul. Hello, Tyler. Hello, Don Snyder. You got your 4 CGs, but Zarana and Dusty haven't arrived yet. Well, you can get to see what mine look like, I guess, in a few seconds. Oh, the hat, Danny, I got from GameStop, I believe. They might still have them on there, actually. If not, then I'm sure you'll be able to find it on Google. But yeah, Amazon I think might even have them too. But yeah, they've got look at the cool issue 1 carry case artwork on it. It's great, isn't it? See you in tag for some games, Colonel Ping. I like your man. That takes me back. Tag, unbelievable. Fragile. That must be. I won't read that, Bryn. That's. Can't wait to get yours, David. Absolutely. And Tyler says, my set of these from Amazon arrived today and my set from Hasbro on Friday. Cool. Well, you'll get to see what's going on here. We'll start then with Dusty. There he is. I still haven't looked at him myself. I'm looking at him through the screen that you're looking at right now. And oh yeah, love that. Oh, the love his rifle looks really cool as well, just like his original vintage one with the bipod on there. A cool backpack, multiple goggles for every different scenario, with a massive hat on or without. A knife. That ain't a knife. No, it is a knife, Chris. And a little magazine that goes in the old rifle. Should we have a look? Oh, he looks really good. Up close in hand, I've got to say. I haven't opened it up yet. But let's look at the box then. We've got the artwork down there as well, kind of like dusty, kind of like, kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like that kind of painterly vibe. I like it. Very nice. And then this little silhouette at the bottom here, which is really cool too. There he is. That's Dusty. And then on the side, quite well, like proper, like fancy artwork on the side for Dusty. He's doing a bit of tracking. He's seen some tracks, probably from a ferret or from a hiss tank, more than likely. Probably more likely a hiss tank. And then that one where he's kind of like, I love how he's like merging into the wall almost on that painting. Very cool. And then of course the back, which is just what we've seen now for quite a few releases. They're just thrown everything on there, and that's what you get. Any new stuff on here that I haven't noticed before? No, I think we're still in the same art zone, aren't we? Yeah, I believe we are. I like the fact they've got Crocmaster there with two Crocs. Makes you kind of want to get another one just so Fiona has a mate. Right, so I'm going to cut the old box for Dusty. I'll do these in kind of like a weird order. I'm going to do Dusty, then the Z word, and then I'll do the Crimson Guard last, because the Crimson Guard is another one I have a lot of, affection for, and I've got like anecdotes, I guess, I think. Well, anyway, Dusty. My original Dusty. Now, we had him in the UK. There we go. I just realized it's a window box, isn't it? So coming up to some of the last ever window boxes, aren't we, for classified figures? And there he is in package, looking pretty good. Actually really solid. And I really like him in hand, guys, like straight up. I know a lot of people were like complaining about the design being too close to the vintage one. I mean, hello, I'm looking at Gung Ho right now. I mean, I'm looking at so many that are like, very, very similar. But anyway, I do love how he looks. He's really cool and solid. Right, let's get him out of the plastic. So Dusty, you had him in the UK. I did have the original Dusty figure on Action Force card. And the one thing I love about Dusty, though, is the fact that when I was in the US back in the day, one of the things that blew my mind was the Tiger Force version. It was on shelf when I was in the States on a family trip. He looks really good, guys, straight up. And it was the first time I'd seen Tiger Force, and I remember getting, I want to say, Bazooka, Roadblock, Dusty, Duke, and Tripwire. I believe those are the ones I had from the United States. I really like his head sculpt too. Let's look at that. People are saying it looks a lot like Duke, but I mean, he's a white dude. They all look the same. All us white dudes look the same. Got the camo on his face as well there. Or maybe that's just some rogue hair that grows on his face. No, it's not, it's camo. But no, I really like that look. It's similar, but like I said, it's two blonde-haired dudes. I mean, what are you going to do? I've got Duke right here, so I'm going to get him off his motorcycle, so he's in a funny position. And we'll look at a little bit of a comparison on the old head sculptorinos. If I could actually get them next to each other on camera. So, as you can see, hair-wise, there's a little bit of difference going on there. Like, it's similar, but it's by no means the same. you know, like where kind of Duke's kind of frits up at the front, like Dusty's is like kind of combed over a little bit more. And in terms of like facially, they're kind of very different. Again, they're two white guys. What do you expect? I'm going to put the heads really close together just so you can see like a front arm, see them kissing. Oh, look how close they are. Basically two white dudes looking identical. Yeah, there's similarities there, definitely. But I don't know. Still looks like a character that could be Dusty to me, easily. Again, we've got these lovely details on the top. So we've got Tadur, which is obviously the reverse of Rudat, and is a shout out to Ron Rudat, who they utilized his name, and G.I. Joe on there with the American flag tampo on there as well, which is nice. This little secondary is a secondary. It's loose and wibbly. Not loose, but just wibbly enough that you can move it around. And obviously, as you can see on the back, it hovers over the backpack hole as well, the backpack peg hole. And then he's got that kind of like that kind of secondary little skirt bit on the bottom of the bottom of the shirt as well. Again, loving the deco on this. I really love the camo pattern and everything. Again, a lot of people talking about the torso, I think, about how there wasn't enough kind of camo going on the kind of chest. It's there, but you can see some over the top of the G.I. Joe badge kind of creeping through. But I guess it's because they wanted to keep the Tadur and the G.I. Joe kind of nice and clean and clear. And yeah, I'm just kind of seeing if there's any. Yeah, if you pull the secondary up, you can see that it's quite bare going over the pockets. So I don't know. I again, doesn't really bother me too much. What's interesting is they put deco on the back, look, in there too, and not on the lower back. But again, looks cool, really cool looking. Oh, I'm loving this. What I had Stalker by the side here as well, just for a bit of comparison, because they share a lot of parts, these two. I think there's going to be a lot of that going on with Stalker, because he's got that kind of that kind of like multi-purpose kind of legs and torso and arms and stuff. But again, they look very different, so that's great. And again, a lot of that's got to do with the head sculpt, a lot of it's got to do with the deco, and obviously the Stalker kind of like neckerchief. I know it's a shamak, but still. I'm going to put him back. Right, okay. Let's get his gear on. Get your gear on, mate. Okay, so we've got Le Backpack, which is French for, guys, all together, the backpack. So you can see the details on there, kind of like those little kind of loops that I have loads of those in my backpack. I've got one behind me that's probably almost very, very similar to this. Those little loop kind of details, I like that. The little kind of like pouches on the bottom, and then plenty of canteens for water because you're in the desert. And then again, some lovely detail like straps and like, what would you call them? Like the little kind of, what are they called? The little connector things. You know what I'm talking about. Lots of nice details. I don't have to keep kind of laboring over these terms really. So yeah, very nice. And then some interior on the bit that you just don't see that often, which is great. Look at all that kind of like, what's the word? You know, material. I'm really struggling for words today. Okay, so there he is with his backpack on, looking good. Nice chunky backpack. I feel like we've had some decent backpacks, but not every character has them. The Gung Ho one's nice and chunky. The Outback one's nice and like it's a big one, but it's not chunky. It's like it's chunky. It's chunky. I'm gonna have to block that user as well. Apparently there are beautiful girls there, but no. Sorry guys, I've missed a lot of your comments. Robert H, time for the Dust Busters. Yep, absolutely. Oh yeah, well let's look at the helmet next, because someone's saying they're not a fan of Dusty's helmet. Kitty said. RKW1138 said that. So here is the helmet that I'll just throw at you. I'll just chuck it at you, if that's cool. So there is the helmet with the deco all the way around, and the kind of like again, like the camo kind of stuff on there. And then we've got the kind of little straps, the faux straps that just hang there, and then the kind of flaps as well. You know, three different flaps at the back. Stop saying flaps. I'll pop that on his head. Now, this is where we can get critical, I think. And let me just get it on his head first. Oh yeah, okay. No, it's on there. Now, as it's on there, it is a little bit. It is a little bit loose. And when you push it down, it kind of springs back up a little bit as well. So I have heard of a cool little technique that people have been utilizing, and I'm going to try it on here, where you get the small set of goggles. Let's have a look at those. There we are. Small set of gogs. Bit of flash on those, actually, from the light. Oh, that could have just been the light. I mean, it's on there, but it's very minimal. And then what you do is you put it on, I think you put them on backwards. So the goggles kind of sit on the back of the head and create like a little headband, like so. And then you put the helmet over that, and it kind of keeps it in position. And I tell you what, that's an absolutely beautiful maneuver. Well on there. Yeah. If you're having trouble, like I said, like with the loose, look at that. Well on. You just pop the goggles, the ones he doesn't use underneath. Not only is it storage for those goggles, but it's also holds the hat on nice and tight. That is genius. I'd love it if that was an actual, they thought, yeah, let's do that. But I think that's more of a good way around it. But it is a good way around it because it means that you're utilizing that, what am I saying? You're utilizing that piece of, the gear that you get. And it's not just one of those things that get like throw in the box and you leave it there forever. So yeah, that's great. Robert H, he's seeing tracks. What secret Transformers crossover is this? Yeah, when I was talking about that. I also didn't mention that he's number 49, did I? And also didn't talk about his specialties, which look to be badge making, missile launching, chatting, text messaging. He loves messaging, guys. He's big on messaging, and painting scenery in the desert. That's awesome. Awesome. He's got a little knife, and I don't know where it fits. Does he have a little thing for it that I just can't see? Yeah, there it is. It's on his leg. I'm an idiot. So yeah, down by his on his right foot, he has the little knife jibber, and I'm going to pop his little knife in there. Look at a little kind of like little survival knife. Lovely stuff. I'm just going to slot that in there. And there it is. In his old boot. There we go. So looking good so far, my good man. Yeah, I'm really liking that kind of goggles technique. That's worked wonders, honestly. So yeah, I'm happy that works. Now, he's got other goggles that go over the top, hasn't he? So let's pop those on. So we got the longer goggles, the bigger ones, the stretched ones, because they were saying that they didn't want you to have to like stretch the other goggles like you may have done with the Vipers, or like insert any other goggle stretching scenario in here. And it goes over the helmet nicely, and with those goggles underneath, he is double goggled. Double dragon he's doing at the moment, and just getting it all kind of sorted and straight, and there we go. Lovely stuff. I need to take that off the screen now. Sorry, Robert H. Grant says, hello, Chris, or Halo with double L. How are you, good sir? I expect to see repaint of the CG and Python Patrol, but I hope to see a Crimson Shadow Guard. I think you're probably likely to see both of those. I think Python Patrol, yeah, 100%. And also, yes, please, because that is a gorgeous deco. I don't care what anyone says. And yes, I think the Shadow Guard will also be up there too. Now, I should be holding Dusty up the whole time because look how good he looks. Sorry, I'm really loving this. Super loving this figure, especially when I start getting him in poses. Again, he comes out of the box nice and sturdy. One thing I will say about my Stalker that has happened over a period of time, not that long though, obviously, because I haven't had him that long, but his lower legs, is like around the knees, are quite loose. Thankfully, that isn't the case on this Dusty, and they're the same legs, so that's a bonus. But my Stalker's definitely got the kind of like lower leg wibble syndrome. Okay, let's check out this beauty. This is glorious. I am loving this weapon, guys. And then the little bipod that swings around. The bipod is actually brown, I think. So the bipod is brown and the gun is black, which gives you like, again, like a little bit of a little color break, a little bit of like, I like that because rather than just everything being the same color, I like that there's a little bit of diversity going on in there. Hello, Adam Drake. Hello, Matt O'Brien. I know, yes, I've already said it multiple times, the Z word, and we'll get to that later. And then I'll say probably in full again. Oh, yeah, Ray, your original Dusty suffered from a broken crotch, Kitty said. Within the worst first week, I was gutted. I've had a few broken crotches in my time with G.I. Joe. But yeah, it's not fun. And yeah, but look how good he looks with that bloody rifle. Oh, I haven't even put the old Magazwan in yet either. That's the only thing that's left, by the way. Can you see it? No, because it's the blight. But it's, yeah, just left in there. Oh, nearly lost it. That would have been awkward, wouldn't it? Like anything in the show is not awkward. So, okay, magazine. There's the magazine. And I'm guessing it goes in with that little kind of lock option in the top. So I'm gonna pop it in there and see. Well, it's not that way. It's got to be that way. Put it in that way. You tell me, guys, is that the correct way round? Looks good. Looks sick. Looks awesome. This rifle's now, I think this rifle is my favorite rifle in the entire line now. I love it. It's so good. Okay, so Dusty. Got to say, sorry, why do I keep your comments up for so long? Sorry. Oh yeah, Grant. Dusty's going to get a Tiger Falls repaint. So he's one I saw on pegs when I was a youngin and fell in love with that version of the figure. But I had both of them, thankfully. And I really loved them as the original vintage figures. I had a real I don't know, just there's some figures you just get real close to, especially if you've had them as kids. And I remember my kind of main Joes, it was, I love Dusty. I love Footloose, weirdly enough. Hit and Run. I loved just so many of those kind of those kind of style of infantry, that I really enjoyed, like the camo, the just kind of I suppose all rounders. I know Dusty's he's desert, isn't he? But then you throw Tiger Force gear on him and he's jungle all of a sudden, so that's awesome. Anyway, really loving this. I'm so happy with this Dusty figure. What a good start! What a good start. Yeah, Dusty and Duke have always generally looked a little bit equals facially wise. Yes. Is this the only Joe wearing the stars and stripes? Says RKW1138. I want to say Duke had it, but I don't think he does. He certainly doesn't have it on the Tiger Force version. Maybe there is one. I don't know. I can't think of any. I don't think so. Probably is the first one. Yeah. Colonel Ping. I could be a hand model. No. They call him Tudor Salad. Nope. Jeremy, hello. Thank you very much. Mr. Popinski says Bazooka has the same color problem like Dusty. On what particular color problem are you talking about there, Mr. Popinski? Because I'm not aware that Bazooka had camo on his chest. But you might be talking about another aspect of the figure that I'm not following there. Adam Howes. I don't own Zarana yet. Does she come with any flaps? I don't know. I'll let you know when I get to her. No, it's just Dusty. Just Dusty that's got the flaps so far. 77T John says, love the Dusty fig, but not a fan of the helmet. We'll be displaying him without it. Just my preference opinion. Absolutely, man. Not an issue at all. What I would say, though, is I was concerned about how the hat was going to sit on there. But then when I did that technique with the goggles, not only am I happy that I don't have to leave anything in the box, but I'm also happy he's carrying all of his gear. That is just the best thing ever. And then, like, if I want, just take the hat off and put the goggles on, and it's cool. Like, I'm really happy with that. Robert H, I'm the same dude. I want Python Patrol and Shadow Guard repaints of the CG, 100%. We'll get to the normal one in a little while. Paul says, nice looking fig. The Traitor parts 1 and 2 are still some of the most fun Sunbow episodes, in my opinion. Yeah, they're good ones, aren't they? Really good ones. And it goes on for, because it's one of those ones that goes on for a while, doesn't it? And you're wondering, how is he going to come back from this? But yeah, it's awesome. You're not going to, no, Bryn, you're not going to see me lose the bipod live on air. That thing is staying on that rifle. Imagine if I did that and then all of a sudden it was gone and it was like some sort of unsolved mystery and it was on Netflix next month. The missing bipod. Yeah, I'm just all, it's the FAMAS. Yeah, that's right. Jeremy, thank you. I think someone else might have mentioned that as well. But yeah, loving that weapon. Okay. Jordan says, very unique looking suit, stands out in crowd for sure. He does, doesn't he? He's gonna look good in the display as well. Like, I love that color. The elbow piece you're talking about, Mr. Popinski. Yeah, now that I have seen, because I think the image or the video I posted earlier today shows him like using it, but his elbow's sticking out and it's a different color to the rest of his. Yeah, totally. Okay. I am also going to have to block the old 69 mega. Amazing. Cool. Right, let's get. So yeah, I'm very excited now for Tiger Force Dusty, and maybe even a blue one, as Robert H has mentioned there, the 50th blue Dusty. They could do, I guess, with bazookas, a 2-pack, a bazoo pack. What? Anyway, thank you, Dusty. You're awesome. Cheers. Now then, let's get into the next one. Half an hour in. Sorry, that took way too long. Zarana! I didn't know it was you. There you go. Zarana with Thrasher nowhere to be seen. And I'm very excited for this figure. Very vibrant, animated anime style artwork. Again, very, very cool. I think she looks fantastic. Again, I'm one of those people that with the art, when it comes to the art, I'm just like, do your thing. Let's see what happens. And I like the kind of the difference, the diversity, the changes in styles and stuff, because I don't know, it's nice that they all get like a little bit of like fun pizzazz, and then also it's not like this will be the only Zarana that ever comes out. I imagine we'll get another one at some point in the future. Wouldn't you love the black kind of like all black SDCC exclusive one that was kind of like a Cold Slither with the Cold Slither tour dates on the back? That would be amazing. Thank you, Chat69 XYZ. See, I'm not getting rid of you because I know you're a parody account, and that's funny to me. Someone said, why the Cobra logo? And you mean in the background? Rather than the Dreadnoks one. Did Zartan have that? I can't remember. Zartan had the Dreadnoks logo, didn't it? Well, I know his deluxe did. Because the other thing is, like, Zarana is also not just Dreadnoks, but she also she was like Cobra Commander's, like she was doing stuff for Cobra Commander for a long time, and then she got with Destro in the Deep cartoon. So she's kind of like, factionless, freelance is what I consider Zarana. When I look, you think of Zartan leads the Dreadnoks, Xandar, he's kind of like in the background somewhere, not really doing anything, but he's a Dreadnok. Zarana, I feel, is more like does her own thing, has that crew, but isn't really like part of it. That's just how I feel about her. That doesn't mean that that's what the canon is or what you guys think. Totally is different. But I would say that I think it would have been nice to, spread the logos about a bit and have like the dreadnoughts, use that again. You know what I mean? So yeah, I see what you're saying on that. But she doesn't have Cobra on her person. So at least there's that, freelance for the baddies. Right. Okay. Done the artwork. Very nice, very vibrant. Reminds me of Tank Girl a little bit, actually. Quite like that. Obviously, similar on the back. Samesies on the back as the other one. And then we've got number 48. And her special powers are money poison. So money poison, archery. I can't think of anything funny. It's just archery, isn't it? Arrows. Darts. She loves darts. That would have been funnier. Very, very used basketball nets with barbed wire on them. And that's disguise, isn't it? Yeah. So that one I'm not going to joke about. She is a mistress of disguise. I know. I'm tired. What are you going to do? Clip the old tape, and let's get into Zarana. Zarana. Now, I love Zarana. I think she's awesome. I absolutely love her in the movie. I love her scenes in the film. I think she's fantastic. I love her in the cartoon. I love her in the comics. She's a wicked, awesome character. And just pulling her out. Ooh, as I pulled her out, I'll show you what happened. I didn't do this. She's turned into a like iRobot kind of style going on there. Look. Anyway, you can see that her hair comes off mid-package. She looks like the ghost of Zarana. She just took some invisible serum or whatever that does not affect hair. Let's pop down. Oh, that's really nice, actually. Okay, so this is the hair piece, the default one that she comes with. Very vibrant, full of colours. My UK crew will know exactly what I'm talking about when I say fruit salad for that. I'm not sure if anyone else will, but there's a little Google it. Google fruit salads, and you'll get these little sweets, tiny little rectangular sweets that are those colors, kind of chewy sweets. She looks beautiful. Absolutely awesome. That is one fantastic head sculpt. Look at that. I mean, that is Zarana. I didn't know it was you all day long, isn't it? Brilliant haircut. Love it. Love this figure already. Love the pink like jacket. It's like a midriff jacket. I love that as well. Let's get a close up on that with like the zipper and then the kind of like strap over the shoulder, the kind of like sparkly kind of studded bit on that side as well, the detailing on the back. Oh, just awesome. Love the shoulder pads. She is mean. The gloves look great. So much to enjoy on this figure and this character. The jeans with the little kind of chain. I thought it was going to be a wallet chain for a second there. I thought she was going back to like the early 2000s. I had one of those. Who had a wallet chain? Hands up. I've got it. Sorry, I've just got to block 69 mega again. Who had a wallet chain? Seriously. Yeah, we need mainframe now, don't we? Definitely. And yes, Adam, that one was extreme basketball, wasn't it? That is like slam ball, but with barbed wire. Who remembers slam ball? Put your hands up. Hands up if you... I can't remember what the first thing I told you to put your hands up for, but the second one, who remembers slam ball, is more important, probably. Sorry, guys. I will get to some of these comments. I'm just trying to get most of this done. That still makes me laugh every time you do the Thrasher line. Yes, I called it the Thrasher line, so you wouldn't be forced to say it again. Thank you, Paul. I will say it again, though. I have a picture with a very awesome cosplayer of Zarana, and that is my wife. She did an incredible kind of like swimsuit Zarana cosplay way back. And it's incredible. Got the hair and everything. It's brilliant. I even photoshopped a splash in the lake that she was standing next to, as if she'd thrown him in, as if she'd thrown Thrasher in there. Brilliant stuff. Will I? You're getting your Crimson Guard, or you got them? You got your Crimson Guard already, and Dusty and Zarana are scheduled to arrive tomorrow. Good luck. Good luck. I hope you get them. Oh no! Today I got an email from Amazon saying they're both delayed until January. No, that might have something to do with the Christmas break, but still, that sucks. Will, I'm sorry. Well, you'll get them soon, and you can always enjoy watching this. Now, what else has she got going on? I'll come back to the comments in a second. Sorry, guys. We've got the knife sheath on the side. I say knife. She comes with that like very weird weapon, doesn't she? She does have a knife, and she also that ain't a knife. And she comes with that kind of like almost like a hot knife thing, which is awesome, very awesome. We'll have a look at that in a sec. I will say my only complaint so far is the fact there's no netting deco on the pink leggings underneath. I'm not saying there should be, but maybe if there'd been like a little bit of, when you rip jeans, you get that kind of white frayed kind of like fabric, that would have been cool. Or like I said, the netting that I don't know, I just expect to see netting there. The boots are really awesome as well, as are those knee pads that are kind of connected to the boots. So when you bend them, the knee pad comes away from the knee. Very nice touch. The Spurs, come on, you Spurs! I'm just kidding. I'm a Man United fan, but like there you go. Bit of football jokes, soccer jokes, lols. Does she have earrings? She certainly well does. Duke took the film in my camera, but not in my earrings. That was better than the Thrasher line, wasn't it? I'll tell you that much now. Mindbender, you blooming dingo. You see, we had Blooming Jordan on our episode, on our Action Force dubbed version, because they weren't allowed to say bloody in the episodes. Although I say that they did a lot of bloodies, but they didn't get all of them, because a bloody did sneak through on Flint's Vacation or Flint's Holiday, but it's Flint's Vacation on the actual VHS when it's playing anyway. So I don't know why they even bothered trying to change that. But Flint's Holiday and the Penguin book, and I think they put Flint's Holiday on the front of the VHS. Either way, confusing as all heck for us UK people. But what was Bloomins? Yeah. So most of the Bloomins are cut out, but that one, I think it's Torch calls Buzzer a bloody cheater. I have an ace too. So do I, you bloody cheater. So yeah. Anyway, I've got to stop doing this, because I get caught in doing that more than anything else. Thank you, Jordan. Cool banner behind me and sweater. Yeah, so behind me I've got the Kraken. This was a anniversary present from the Dietrichs, the wonderful people at Roma Collectibles, and that is the Storm Shadow hoodie over there. Robert H, what is the file card quote? Because I can't remember offhand, and I'm not going to search for it on the show right now. I would love to see the Spy Troop Zarana. I didn't know it was you. It's good reinterpretation and has a weird file card quote. Interesting to check that out. I'm not sure if I've ever read it. So that would be something that I would be interested to know. Thank you, Robert H. But yeah, I actually want to see this Zarana repainted in the Deke colors, or the Order of Battle colors, however you want to, go with that. But yeah, so I haven't really been paying much attention to Zarana, but the detail is amazing. On the interior of the legs, you can see the kind of padding in there, like the kind of almost like Viper padding. Very awesome in brown. Love it. Yeah, we need mainframe, guys. Definitely. Yeah, that's her official name, Zarana. I didn't know it was you. I've got to just say that every single. It's OCD and kind of comes and goes. I currently wear a double wallet chain, says Danny Carter. Brilliant. Is that just in case it gets away? Dusty does look really good, Andrew. Trust me. I hadn't planned on grabbing him, but grabbing his butt is what I think you should have. I hadn't planned on grabbing his butt. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go. That was the two things I mentioned. Hands up. I'm pretty sure my chain wallet was right around Slam Ball era. I think you're right, Adam, actually. I did marry Zarana, Jordan, yes. I married Zarana, the Baroness Ironblood, the Baroness, Crystal Ball, Ninja Force Scarlet, and many, Tiger Force Outback, and many others. Slam Ball was like, I want to say late 90s, early 2000s, but I could be wrong. It might have just been 2000s. Anyway, yes, she has earrings. I'd love to see the deep cartoon colors on this. Anyway, yeah, there's more to her. Sorry, I'm trying to keep, I'm trying to keep going with here. No, you're right, Jordan. It was blooming. In the UK it was blooming, but the Sunbow cartoon, the regular US one, they say bloody all the time. It's great. They even bollocksed was used once in what's the I always forget the name of the episode, but it's when they promote like Shipwreck, Dial Tone, and Lifeline to like generals, and it just screws everything up for the Joes. And someone says, I think it was Shipwreck says, "You bollocksed up the guidance systems," and I lost it. It was hilarious. And I think there's another bollocks in there as well somewhere. And I did ask Buzz Dixon about that when I interviewed him years ago, and he was just like, "Yeah, well, it wasn't a naughty word in the US, so we could use it." And I was like, "You genius." Buzz was great. I love Buzz. Love him. He's a really good guy, and I need to speak to him soon. Definitely, we need to get him on the show again. What else have we got going? Okay, right. Let's look at the rest of this figure's gear. Should we? Let's have a look at the other hair, the hair sculpt. What's great is that it's like an actual just a hair that lobs onto the head. So there's no like peg. There's no like ugly cut in there or anything like that. So like when Lady J has to take her hat off and put different hair on or whatever, you don't get that. It's just really simple. See, smooth, just plops on there nicely. Boink, comes off nicely. This one, get it the right way around. This one is way more like, I want to say, rockabilly, Elvis-y kind of vibe. The only reason I'm being a bit more careful with that one is because the sideburns bit, or the little side bits, I didn't want to like break them, but she looks fantastic in that style as well. Oh, she's just got a great head sculpt, and look at that. The detail on the hair is just glorious. Absolutely love this figure. I can't tell you how much I love this figure already. Like, two absolute stars so far. We haven't even got to what I thought was going to be my favorite one. I think this is my favorite one. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to, like, when you put it on, like the sideburn bits, you don't want to snap them off because they look like they could go. Eventually, there's a good like squidge in them. There's a squidge in them. So yeah, I don't know which one I prefer. I love that old school haircut, but I love this new old school haircut as well. Oh, I'm just gonna go with this for now. Right, so she's got a backpack that I've nearly dropped. Caught it between my thighs. If only you could see that. No, don't. Let's not see that. So here's the backpack. Again, lots of nice little detailing on it. Similar to her old one in that it's got that kind of shape to it. Well, I vaguely remember the old one because I didn't have Zarana as a kid. But from what I could gather from it, it was just like a block of pink plastic that didn't really make any sense. But yeah, this has got a bit more detail in there, and you've got this little slot in the top for the hot knife. And I guess it heats up in there too, which is a pretty cool little storyline. I love that the hot knife has a storyline, has a background and like loads of information about it that I've made up. So it slots in like so. I think that way around, so it kind of the handle points away from what would her head would be, and you just pull it out there and slot it in, and it does lock in quite nicely as well. So that's really cool. The jacket is a secondary, but I think it would if you took it off. Yeah. Sorry, someone's asked if the jacket would come off, and I believe it would, but I think there's something under there. It's hard to say. No, it's just a skin. So yeah, it would just be like a curved bit of plastic, I believe. But yeah, you could, if you wanted to, you could remove the jacket because it's actually a secondary, and I'll show you if I can. Hard to get the angle. Well, you can see. There you go. Look at the back there. Boop, boop, boop. It's a secondary. So, yes, that jacket is actually, but it's on there. It's on there tight as well. The most dangerous thing in the world. Thank you very much, Jordan. That's the one. That's the one I was thinking of. Was it the most dangerous thing? Yeah, I think that is the one when they get all the the Televipers make it so that it all gets all messed up for the Joes. Right, weapons. Her upgraded rifle with buzzsaw on it, and that is well cool. That's a really good update. Because I don't think her old one, which looked like a weed whacker a bit, I don't think that would really stand the test of time. Did it? Does it? And that. So I would say that this is a much cooler upgrade for her and looks awesome. Now it does come with a magazine as well. And that's there's the other knife as well, which I haven't shown you yet. There is the magazine, and you can see that little groove in the top. That is the bit that locks inside. I like that they've done that now, so magazines aren't easily kind of lost. And that just pops in there. You felt it click in there as well nicely. Look at that. That's dope. Looks even better with the magazine in, actually, doesn't it? Kind of like the Dusty's rifle. That looks so much cooler when you put the magazine and the clip in. Okay, I'm putting the gun on. She's hot again, very easily goes in the hand. Trigger finger pops right in there. And there you go. Zarana. I absolutely knew it was you because not many people rock this gear. And then you got the other knife. That ain't a knife. Stop saying that ain't a knife joke because it's not. It is a knife. And then that goes in her little sheath there. It's not super tight in there. You put it in there and it's a little bit loose. Maybe it can. Oh, and maybe if you push it in, it does lock in a little bit. Oh, it has. No, it is in there nice and tight. Don't know what I was talking about. I probably just hadn't pushed it in all the way. But there it is. There's a little knife in there. Brilliant. Man, she looks good. Again, obviously you can't put her other hair underneath like Dusty's goggles scenario, but you've got multiple display options for how you want to rock and roll with Zarana. Oh my goodness. I do think though I'm going to go with this haircut because I love it so much. And I think it's because I love that kind of like the shaved sides kind of style. I just dig that vibe because I have it myself. So you see that kind of like the deeper purple or the darker pink underneath. Yeah, I love that. She looks fantastic. I'm so into this figure. Okay, there's Zarana. So far we've had Zarana and Dusty, and they look brilliant. Both of them look fantastic. Oh God, I'm so happy with these figures. Oh my God, I love this line. This line is dope. Oh, just can't get enough of it. Okay. Well, and at the moment it's great because they're just flooding in, aren't they? So what other questions, comments do we have? I think there are comments going on with each Yeah, I think, sorry. I'm not going to start chatting when there's chats going on. That's ridiculous. So I'll just keep going. Yes, Jordan, appreciate the attention to detail. Well done, Lenny. Absolutely. Great shout. Actually, not just to Lenny, but the entire team. Because obviously it takes a lot to bring these figures. Obviously he designs them, but then obviously you've got sculpt. So, massive shout out to Corey, to Fred, to who else has sculpt? Paul Harding, I know, does sculpt some of the figures. I know Paul's first one is going to be Torpedo, I believe, but still, there's someone else that works on the line. And there's loads of other people as well involved. So, yeah, massive shout out to those involved. I don't know why I'm fussing with Tiger Force Duke. I must have thought it was Tiger Force Dusty. Yeah? Yeah? No. Okay. Right then. That's Zarana. That's Dusty. That means we've reached the finale. Oh, the Crimson Guard. Yes, guys. Now, the Crimson Guard is one of my favorites. This is one I've been waiting for so long. I got the very fortunate I was very fortunate, I should say, to have seen these a long time before they came out. These and Dusty and Zarana and Tiger Force Duke, actually. But I was very fortunate to see what they were going to be looking like and what they were going to come out like. So to actually finally have this in hand is just like, I'm so happy. The Crimson Guard was such a big influential character in the UK. It was on lots of merchandise. There was even a Crimson Guard on, I think, the USS Flag soap that they did in the UK as well, which I actually have. I have all of those soaps at home. God knows what kind of condition they're in now, because they were hideous at the time, because they were vintage anyway, when I got them. Anyway, and I did have that soap as a kid as well. I used that USS Flag soap in the bath and pretended it was an actual aircraft carrier. So the Crimson Guard was on that artwork for some reason. It was like the flag, and then the Crimson Guard was on it. So he was, again, it was in the comics, Marvel UK, weekly and monthly, very often portrayed, especially in the weekly. God, the Crimson Guard was the main bad guy. There was a comic story where they had a guy who was like, they found, like, he was working in a school, like a little school, a kid's kindergarten, as you would call it. And basically he was found out to be a Crimson Guard, and he held all the kids hostage in the school at gunpoint. I mean, like, crazy. And like things that actually happen now in the United States of America, of course. But like, this was like a story in an Action Force Weekly, and he was taken out by a sniper, I want to say, in the end. But amazing, like, this figure. And had the figure as a kid, absolutely loved him. And now to have him in Classified is just the best. I love the artwork. Multiple Crimson Guards, because they want you to buy more than one, obviously. And there he is holding the sword as well, which is really dope. And obviously down the bottom there with the rifle, very nice. Again, same backing as everyone else. I'll just give it a quick double over or once over, just to see if there's anything missing or new. No, okay. There are trouble bubbles on there though. Look at that. But they've been on there for ages, I think. But that could be what they look like, guys, with the Televiper. You never know. Right, let's crack this guy open. 50, number 50. And his specialties are poison, alarm clocks, that's a joke, extreme slam ball, and throwing spanners in the works, or wrenches, as you say. I prefer spanners. It sounds funnier. Right. Yeah, one of my first ever O-rings as well. What, not the, but was up there because he was in that 87 lineup, wasn't he? Yeah, very excited. Oh, Sean, you had multiple Crimson Guards as a kid. You see, that's one thing I didn't really have. Like, I didn't army build anything, mainly because it was difficult getting hold of the things anyway. But also, you know, it wasn't the done thing. Like, you bought one, you know, like you didn't buy like 10 of them. Yes, Andrew. Yeah, Paul Harding teased today that Torpedo is the first of 10 figures he's doing for Classified. I did see that tweet. I think that's why I mentioned it, because that was on my mind. But yeah, awesome that he's on the team as well now. Right, let's open this up. Let's open this up. Right, this will be the last one I do tonight, guys, and then I'll call it an evening, and we should have a good solid chunk of time and content for you to enjoy. Why would you watch this ever? Why would anybody watch this? Crimson Guard. Okay, so I'll pop the old box over there because I will be reutilizing that in a second. Oh, there's a lot of like heft to this figure, good weight to it. So we'll start off with how he looks. Bloody gorgeous. Gear, cool and black. We'll look at it all, guys, don't worry. Pop him out of his plastic prison. Won't have to do that for very long. Much longer, I don't think. What have I done to that? Somehow, look, I've taken him out and it's like warped the plastic somehow, but I don't know what's doing that. Not that it's important, but it was the feet need to be pushed in. Okay, sorted. Like, concern over. Let's just see what absolute glory you are. Oh my goodness. Yep, I'm into it. 100%. Very happy with the Crimson Guard. Like I said before, a lot of heft to this one, a lot of thickness, a lot like he's built, this guy. There's a lot on there. Beautiful details. So we've got let's go the head sculpt first. I think they got this spot on. The shape's right from all angles. The mask kind of mouthpiece is really cool. Doesn't protrude too far. Doesn't look stupid. Doesn't look like, because it can go a bit too far sometimes. So I think that's spot on. Yeah, that's good. Looks great. Looks mean. The silver eye kind of like visor thing in there. Oh, beautiful. Then we've got the chest and all the details on there. All of his medals. It's the Purina logo. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. It's that Family Guy Blue Harvest or whatever it was episode. And there's the shoulder rope as well, which is a nice little addition. I love that. Nice touch. Like it. And I just love the fact that, there were so many people were saying like, oh, let's just repaint Snake Supreme, AKA Cobra Commander, Regal Cobra Commander. Just repaint that, put a different head on it, and you got a Crimson Guard. And I was kind of like, yeah, but no, we do and you don't. And I'm so happy they went all out, redesigned, went all guns blazing. There's the classic Crimson Guard triangular tampo on the arm as well. Very nice. Just looks fantastic. Beautiful stuff. We've got the secondaries as well, are the kind of the old double belt with I believe that's for the sword, is it? Yeah, I want to say that's for the sword. And then he's got a little pistol holster on that side. A little bit of leather kind of detailing on it as well. There's so much goes into these, so many little details that you might miss. But if you get a good close-up of that, you can really see the leather detailing on there. It's great. The silver stripes down the thigh as well. Very nice. Just gorgeous. I love how on the hands as well, like the cuffs kind of like triangular cuffs. They kind of go over the hand a little bit. Really nice. Really, really nice. Loving it. Okay. Boots are nice too. Look like they've been made for walking. So again, leather detail on them, little pouches, and little buckles was the word I was looking for earlier, and I've found it. Buckles. Just have to block 69 mega again. Just keeps coming back. Definitely extra beef on this one. Definitely. And I am in love, definitely, with this one. A lot of you are getting lots of these ones by the looks of things. Cobras love their sports, don't they? Yeah, 100%. Extreme slam ball, it would appear. Yes, Renegade Biker. When I get the Crimson Guard, I think I will have to compare him to the vintage one that I have. There's a lot of close comparison there, I think, definitely. But again, when you look at this figure, the amount of detail they've got into, it's just brilliant. Awesome. See, the final specialty is really telling you that all CGs are Master Ratchet and Clank speedrunners, and you're right. There you go. Ratchet and Clank speedrunners. That's what they are. Thank you, Robert H. I was trying to think of something funny and just thought spanner in the works, which I think that's what they're trying to say. They're saboteurs, or like they mess things up from the inside. Because they do, don't they? They're like lawyers and dentists and politicians is the word I was looking for. But dentists, I'm sure they could do some damage. Of course they could. So yeah, black backpack, says RKW, says the only strange decision choice was the black backpack. The retro Sunbow version has the toy accurate backpack. Yeah, so we do have the toy accurate one coming. I think it makes actually more sense to have a black backpack, honestly. And they probably did that with an eye on that repaint as well, bud. So they wanted to make it more different, more, more again, a bit more differentiation, to differentiate the two is what I'm trying to get at. Okay. Oh, Sean says, I kind of still want a full retro 1986 Viper with the jack boots and all. I get what you're saying, but I'm really happy with my Vipers, and I've got like 1,000 of them now, just from getting the regular ones, not getting multiples, just getting Vipers that they have out there. Oh, delayed by Amazon, says Ford. My Crimson Guard's delayed by Amazon. I'm sorry. I know that's happening to some people. Hopefully, you'll get something out of watching this little unboxing with us. We'll say us because there's more people watching. Okay then. A spanner and 2 nuts. Cheeky Hasbro. Yes, Adam, indeed. Right then. Let's look at those bits. So we'll start with the backpack that you've already mentioned as being all black. Now this backpack has, let's look at the back detail already. So in the interior detail that you never really would see is like buckles and straps and all sorts holding it together. It's got a little peg on one side and it's got a little hole on the other. So you've got lots of things you can attach to this. And on the bottom, there's another little kind of little detail, like little space. Sorry, hard to kind of, yeah, there at the bottom. It's got a little hole. It's got kind of a little divot in it. And then we have the detailing on the bag. So the fold over flap, they've kind of made this into a bag. They've made it into a backpack, like a functional backpack. Because the original, again, was just weird. But I loved it. Again, you can see the straps kind of detailing on this side. And those rings, the kind of rivets down the middle, which is really nice. And again, some leather detailing on those textures. Very nice. Plop it in his back. See how it looks with him. Oh, very nice. So from the front, again, just protrudes over the top nicely. And there it is on the back. Looking very good indeed. We also have a sword and a sheath. So yeah, that must be for a knife then, or the bayonet. The one on his secondary I was talking about. There we go. The sheath has come out of the plastic. So there's the sheath with a little peg on it. And that must go in the backpack. And here is the sword. It's kind of more importantly the sword. With the nice kind of painted blade, and then we'll look at the handle because I know there's some stuff going on there. There is a little snake detail on there, little snake head. Can you see it? Very cool. And then I think that's a little snake detail. Oh, that's just a little hooky bit. That's just a little hooky bit. So I'm going to pop it in the old sheath, like so, and I'm going to pop that on his backpack in the hole like so. There's a bit of a curvature to my sheath. Can you see that? I might have to try and like flatten that out, but I think that's just because it was in the plastic in a certain way. But not bad if that's the only issue I encounter. So far, very happy with this beautiful creature of a figure. We have a pistol, a pew pew, again with some nice detailing on the handle. Some textures on the front of the barrel there. Very nice indeed. Pew, pew. And it's got a port for blast effects. Lovely stuff. We've got this chonking great knife, which again has a snake detail. Lovely blade on that one with the little bits on the. Yeah, there's the kind of snake head on the end. That's what he uses basically to just open his cans. And then another snake detail on the hilt. Very nice. Man, they pack a lot into the little details, don't they? And it goes a long way, I have to say. And that will go in there, I want to say, question mark. Right, so that's going to slide in there. Just want to get it out of the way so it doesn't like, there we go. And that goes into the waist sheath on the side, and it kind of locks it locks in when you get that little hook bit over the edge. Hang on, it was in. Yeah, there we go. Nice. I'm going to put the pistol in his holster. Again, like just gear him up, completely gear him out. And then you can see the pistol again in that lovely textured holster is the word I'm looking for. And finally, we get his rifle. Now, I'm leaving this to last because it's actually pretty cool. Sorry about this. Trying to get the magazine out. There we go. Okay. Yeah, because this is obviously quite famous with the Crimson Guard. So it's like the M16 with the bayonet on it. And I'll just pop the... again, very, very nice. Very, very nice magazine with the little locking mechanism in the top, and then the angle that you see there, you can line up with the angle of the kind of where the angle of the housing goes as well. That angle there, so it's in there nicely, and there you have a wonderful rifle for this awesome figure. So let's pop that on him, and let's have a look at our very awesome Crimson Guard with all of his gear on. Now, the other thing with this, I believe you can pop the rifle, I want to say, is it the rifle that goes on there? Yeah. On the side of the backpack as well, through the trigger hole, like so. So he can carry all of his gear. So he doesn't even have to hold his rifle. He can just carry everything. And that makes this one my favorite because of that. Although Dusty's always doing it, but by default, let's have that. If that was done by design, then first off, genius. But I don't think so. And the sword can connect to his waist as well, I'm being told. So let's do that too. Yes, there it is. There's a little peg hole. Thank you for that, RKW. And I will pop that in the side just so you can see it in action. There it is. On his waist. Very awesome. Yeah, so you can kind of like have any little... He can carry his gear in multiple... That's even better, isn't it? Not only can he carry all of his gear at once, but some of the things he has, he can carry in different ways. That's just greedy. Anyway, very cool, very awesome, loving the Crimson Guard. I really, really hope, and it's happening in it, they'll do a Python Patrol version of this beauty. Really hope that happens. It's going to happen, though, isn't it? And I hope they do a Tiger Force version of this beauty. And then I can have another unboxing where I do the same thing, but in different colors. Brilliant. So that's Dusty and the Crimson Guard and the wonderful Zarana and extra hairstyle. She can hold it like it's like she's going to get changed and be like, I'm going to wear my other haircut, because that's what she sounds like. Hello, how are you? Yeah, like she's going to hold it like she just scalped somebody using that weapon of hers. Brilliant. Anyway, there you go, guys. Dusty, Zarana, I didn't know it was you, and a Crimson Guard on the unboxing today. Oh man, it's been a good one. This is like when I had to hold all of the Vipers in that 3-pack at once. This is a very good day. Very good day for classified stuff. Nice one, Adam. Am I sure I got the backpack the right way up? There was a thing for a while where people were questioning whether the backpack went the other way or the other way. And I'm like, yeah, I never had it the upside down. So weird. And I mean like from the original vintage version. Just double checking to see if I haven't missed any comments in the past. Plastic Battles. Hello, buddy. Yes, but is one of the CG backpacks hollow? No. I would love... no, I'm not going to say that. I really hope we get to see the CG again in Shadow Guard and in... mostly in Python Patrol. Do you think they use croc leather, says Andrew Clark? I hope not. I hope Crocmaster isn't like on also like supplying them with crocodile skins. That would be quite dark, unless they're like passed away with natural causes. I don't necessarily. I doubt he's a an animal. Like, yes, he probably loves Fiona and his crocodiles, but I don't think he's that kind to them. He's a bad guy at the end of the day. I bet Cobra Commander has destroyed workers for not putting snakes on every weapon. There's a law on Cobra Island where they have to have snakes on everything, not just weapons, but everything. Love the sword. Had to make one of mine dual wield them. Brilliant. Oh yes, Sean. This is all making me really crave an Iron Grenadier. I get a feeling, the fact we've had Serpentor in the Air Chariot, I feel like Destro and the Despoiler has got to be around the corner soon with the gold head Destro and the cape and everything. I think that would make a lot of sense. And then with that, Iron Grenadiers, Targats, Metalhead, Voltar, Annihilators, Wild Boar. There's more, right? There's a few more that I'm forgetting. Probably some obvious ones. I said Annihilator. I said Target. Just, all the Iron Grenadier stuff is what we want to see. I'd love to see like maybe a theme at some point in the future for an exclusive line would be great. Andrew, yes. Did I hear about the SoCal Joe Show classified Starduster? I did. It's a wonderful looking thing. I should really, I'll share that. I've seen it and I didn't have time to I think it's yesterday and it passed me by. So yeah, I will share that very soon because that is a very cool custom for that show. Robert H says the Python Crimson would be a tempting army builder to get multiples of, but I like to believe Python Troll has only one of every member, so I'll only get one. I kind of use I use my Viper at the moment. I've got a Viper officer, but then I've got a Viper Python Viper, and it's like they're vying for the hierarchy at the moment. Oh yes, Jordan. Yes, have fun popping off the Dusty head and putting him on Cobra Soldiers since he was a traitor. Absolutely, yes, definitely. And October Guard, regardless of world politics, says Adam Howes. Yeah, I think I'd like to see them, but it's going to be difficult. It's just an awkward topic, isn't it? And also, I don't think Hasbro would touch it just yet. Anyway, some things have to probably change geopolitically. Renegade Biker has asked, Chris, have you ever thought about getting the display cabinet like I have for your collections? Well, we have display kind of cabinet things already, Bud, and I think they work for what we like. But I have seen yours; they look great, and yeah, I mean that would be something maybe when we moved, might look into some sort of new cabinetry, get some lighting in there. I think that'd be pretty cool too. What we want to do is we want to do like little dioramas almost. So we need slightly bigger, wider displays because I'm kind of into like putting them in like scenarios and situations would be so much fun, wouldn't it? Like, you could have like, the throne room and then loads of like troopers lined up ready to hear what commander has to say. And then another one would be, like in a underground sewer system and you have Tunnel Rat and maybe some other characters that might work similarly that might be coming soon and so on and so forth. Paul says, speaking of head swaps, which figure has a good likeness to use as a Fred head on the CG? I don't know, maybe Duke. That's kind of blonde, blue-eyed, white guy. Dusty's got the camo on his face, so that's a little bit difficult. So yeah, so I'll probably say Duke's probably the best one, Paul. But then again, it's so obviously Duke, isn't it? Anyway, right. I'm going to switch the visual, and we'll bring this to a close, guys. Put my name on the screen. That's all I did. Right then. Thanks for joining me tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure to check out Dusty. And my goodness, I love how he looks. He feels really good as well. Like I can't tell you, there's just a good feeling I have a very good feeling about this figure. One thing I didn't do is I didn't put Zarana's backpack on, did I? Maybe I can do that now before I end the stream so we can actually see that in action. Now, the jacket, because I've been faffing about with it, did get a little bit out of line of the backpack hole. but we're back in the game. And there she is with her backpack on her. And I found a new place for her hair. Just goes on top of there like that. Well, it doesn't, does it? Maybe that would have been better if I'd have... No, it doesn't go on there at all. So that was a lie. I lied to you again. Anyway, there she is with a backpack and a hot knife in a box, Kitty said. But yeah, very awesome. Loving these figures a lot. And of course, the Crimson Guard, which I'm enjoying having all his gear in his backpack at the moment, but I will probably put his sword on his waist and I'll probably have the rifle in his hand as I display it. Very excited to start messing around with these guys. I'll get some of these pics on Hoarder, etc., etc. Right then, it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for joining me for tonight. Hope you have a lovely evening for the rest of the evening, and I will be back. We have the weekly on Saturday, and I should be getting out the last of the name-only reveal deep dive videos because there's only one left, and that is all together now. Range Vipers. Cheers. So I'll be dropping that at some point this week, and we've got a truckload more intel for our patrons as well. And one other thing I want to give a shout out to while I'm here. This came in earlier. Word Burglars, the MacGuffin device vinyl. Now he did a crowdfunder for this, and I jumped on board. Annoyingly, I'm not producing on this album, unfortunately. I did let him know that I think that was a bit bad. We definitely need to have a track on every one of his albums from now on. But I love the artwork by Brian Sauer, who does our wonderful graphics, by the way. So this particular graphic you're looking at with my name on it, that is a Brian Sauer classic as well. He's got his hands on all sorts, hasn't he? But look at that. And also, what's really good about the MacGuffin device, obviously, it's a very heavily Joe infused kind of like visual and audio thing going on here. But I mean, that's Chuckles all the way, isn't it? That's Word Burglar, but look at the shirt. Also, the MacGuffin device is a G.I. Joe track as well. That's the MacGuffin there. And then inside it are all like characters, basically, from all of the tracks on this album. So if you're not aware of the Word Burglar, the Word Burglar, then you need to go check him out. He put a load of tracks on this MacGuffin device kind of EP, and like Rhyme Your Business, Rental Patient, Input Blitz, a lot of tracks that were on Rhyme Your Business, the original album that was on. But MacGuffin device, so dope. I love these tracks. There's Wrong Ralph Pulaski. If you're a Joe, you know. If you're a Joe fan, you know fan. If you're a Joe fan, you know fan. It's just awesome. So, and look at that one. Look at that little character. What does that look like? Wrong Ralph Pulaski? Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of cool visual awesomeness going on in this particular thing. So yes, massive shout out to the Word Burglar and getting this. I'm loving the vinyl releases so much. So really love that. Okay, that's it then, guys. I do have awesome friends, Jordan. Yes, I have some. Most of my friends are awesome, and that's a fact. And very talented as well, which is also annoying. No, I'm just kidding. It is a hip hop hippity hop album. RKW. Yes, that's what it is. It is a raps and beats. We tried it the other way around, but it didn't work. Sorry, that was a Law and Order joke. Anyway, that's it for me tonight. As 69 Mega comes back into the action, into the chat. Like I said, got lots coming up for you this week. Somehow, still managed to churn stuff out for you, left, right, and centre. And no doubt some news maybe this week that we'll try and get either Newsburst extras out on, or I'll do lives depending on how important the news is, which is French for the news. Right then, I will see you on the next one. It's been an absolute pleasure. Stay fresh, cheese bags. And after 3, you know what to do. 1, 2, 3. Full force. Oh, I didn't know it was you. I hope you did that bit at the end as well.
That's it for this instalment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, Full Force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.